Alright, for this experiment, you're going to need some of your wires, a couple of batteries, the single pole, single throw switch. You can use the double throw if you'd like, but either one will work. And you need your solenoid. Now let's talk a little bit about what a solenoid is. It's a coil of wire that is not magnetic. So if I've got this gem clip, which will be attracted to a magnet, but is obviously not attracted to this right now, when it becomes electrified, i.e. when we put a voltage to these two terminals, it becomes an electromagnet. Now, a solenoid that we typically use in industry would have other pieces. It's not just drawing a gem clip across the table. This is a very simple solenoid, but one of the places you've probably seen solenoids in action are car door locks. So what happens is there's a pressure that pushes the car door lock up, and when you press the button to latch it, to lock it, this electrical field kicks in, and it's strong enough to overcome that pressure to pop it up and bring it down and lock your doors. So that's a much more sophisticated solenoid, at least in terms of the mechanics, but this is very much what it entails. So what we're going to do is first join these batteries together and make sure we go positive and negative, and they'll only fit that way, fortunately. So I've got a 3-volt source here, and what we're going to do is we're going to use this to enable our solenoid. And so I'm going to come out of our positive into our switch, and there's our positive. And of course, until it hits the load, this is still positive coming out of the switch. Load in this case being our solenoid. And then we will attach it to our solenoid. So now our positive has made it to our solenoid, and we're going to need to connect our negative to the solenoid itself. So I'm going to put this fairly close. I'd say it's about a ½ an inch away, and what should happen is when I close this switch, this magnet should energize, and that gem clip should be drawn to my solenoid. Let's get it a little bit closer. I wonder if this guy is actually magnetic. It is, it's just not close enough. So let's do it again. So hopefully you can see this on the camera. There it goes. Hopefully you saw that. We'll repeat one more time. Get a little closer. Not quite, maybe a little closer. Boom, there it went. So what do you think would happen if we added another battery? Do you think our solenoid would get weaker or stronger? Let's find out, shall we? So we'd had to get that gem clip fairly close to get it to move to our solenoid. So let's back it off a little bit further this time, and let's see what happens. It's still not close enough. Still not. I'm going to make sure I keep it lined up every time I move my switch. There we go. There we go. So a little bit stronger there. We'll add a 4th just for the fun of it and see what happens. See if we can get it really strong. Bring it a little further away this time. That's probably way too far. There we go. And the good thing is, when this is magnetized, when you try to pull that, you'll feel that coil get hot. Don't put your hand on the coil but you'll feel it get quite warm, and it'll kill your batteries pretty quick. So I'm not going to leave it on there very long. But yes, the more batteries you add, the higher the strength of the solenoid. Now, one of the critical thinking questions that we have is going to be, if you look at this solenoid and read about it, it's just a coil of insulated wire wrapped around a metal shaft here, and you can see the end of that shaft, and this coil is still pretty warm from having done that. And so one of your questions is going to be, what if we made that coil larger? Do you think its pull would get harder or less pull? So that's going to be one of your critical thinking questions related to this lab. So as far as a picture for this lab, all I need is, you don't have to have this closed. In fact, I would recommend not having your switch closed when you take this picture. And if you don't have a gem clip, something else that's fairly light and magnetic. And even if you can't get it to draw to it, like I did, you can attach it to it and try to pull it away, and you can feel there's a pretty good force there when it's doing that. So if you don't have a gem clip, that's fine. Use something else that is magnetic. But I need a picture of this circuit built just as you see here. I don't care if you have the single battery, 2 batteries, 3 batteries, 4 batteries, but I need a full circuit of what you see here that illustrates that you completed this. And again, be careful when you're holding on to the wired part of your solenoid, because it will get very hot. In fact, that is still very warm to the touch, because that's a lot of current going through this guy that we have here. So there we are. There's your next lab.